Just when we thought CSGO matchmaking could not get any worse, primarily to do with cheaters, blatant or not, it seems to be from the lack of support from devs and the lack of support from Valve themselves, people are leaving the company for one reason or another, and well, that's what I want to discuss and talk about in today's video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, cheaters inside of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, everyone's faced one, especially if you've been playing the game for a little over a couple months, or probably one or two games, at least in your entire lifetime. Some parts of the year, they're a lot worse than others, for whatever reason that is. Valve has tried many different things. The only thing they haven't tried is, of course, a new anti-cheat. The VAC system, the current system they use, is extremely old and very outdated compared to competition on the market like Valorant. And just from the past few days, Gabe Follower on Twitter has let some new information slide that is pretty crazy that no one is discussing, especially for the people who play CSGO on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And that is that an employee left the company, and their main job was to work on CSGO's anti-cheat. And in today's video, I want to talk about why and the reasons this guy may have left. Just quickly want to mention, for all the information and news today surrounding who has been leaving Valve recently, mainly the Counter-Strike division, has been from Gabe Follower over there on Twitter. I highly suggest you go follow him if you love Counter-Strike, want to see updates before I can post about them, and anyone else does in the community as well. And also some just very interesting stuff around CSGO.
Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
So this is the main tweet from Gabe Follower himself. He tweeted out on December 17th, so a little over 3 days ago as of me recording this video, another Valve dev left the company. He said another, so there are people at Valve leaving consistently, or consecutively at least this past little while, for one reason or another. Primarily worked on VACnet, anti-cheat, the trust system, otherwise known as the trust factor, and other security stuff, which this is pretty sad. But what seems to be worse is no one in the community is talking about this. This tweet only has 1,000 likes, which, yes, a lot of people following him probably only really care about skins in an operation, but I think that says a lot as well. And it seems to be people I think are giving up on CSGO's matchmaking system and the future of an anti-cheat, if we even get one that actually works. So what this tweet actually had is a little blog post from these software engineers over there at Valve, kind of like his job position and his history in the company, whoever left. So this was in Washington, and this was a full-time position that this guy worked at. He worked here for 7 years, 5 months, which is not like, oh, I'm gonna go get a job for a couple years. It's like, that is a full-time commitment. And that's kind of what struck me in the mind. I was like, maybe there's not something working there. Maybe they don't want to work on CSGO, right? He worked in the anti-cheat system and the trust factor system, trust machine, learning model, and infrastructure. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but I'm assuming it was to do with anti-cheat stuff. He implemented several new detection methods for cheat and bot detection. So for skin bots, B-hop scripts, aim bots, you get the whole point. Server performance tuning. So I'm assuming that's what to do with if a new map comes out. It's like optimizing the map, maybe. Not 100% on that. Linux game and software porting development, anti-fraud and anti-bot infrastructure to combat cheating and malicious activity. Worked with Google to improve their detection of fraud and a bunch of other stuff, and optimization, performance debugging. This is me in the post edit, just when we thought things could not get any worse than what they are in today's video, with someone already leaving the company, especially in the Counter-Strike division, mainly in the anti-cheat, most likely due to a lack of progress and approval from the top dogs. More people have left as of today, it being the 21st of December, according to Gabe Follower. And this is pretty new news as well, just in the past 5 or 6 hours. And a lot of people are starting to kind of not panic, but wonder what the hell is going on over at Valve. It seems to be an absolute gong show, and I think this tweet pretty much sums it up perfectly. They're probably leaving due to how slow everything seems to be at Valve. I doubt they want to stay. They're working on projects that go absolutely nowhere, and they work on what they want when they want, which just kind of makes no sense. So to pretty much sum it up, he worked on CSGO's anti-cheat and other malicious things. So right off the bat, the most obvious one, which people are probably going to say in the comments, especially for the older audience that I have, people move on with their lives. They do something different maybe halfway through their life. They want a career change for one reason or another. They want to move states. They want to move countries. They want to pursue something different. Maybe this guy's dream, if this wasn't already it. He probably ended up just moving away or maybe even retiring. But this is just what what I have to think right here. Now, in response to Gabe Follower's tweet, this guy decided to tweet at him via X. He was responding to someone else, but he was saying, Valve employees get to work on what they want when they want, which is very true and does make a lot of sense for people who are wondering why other games are being canceled, have been canceled, or haven't continued to be made. Left 4 Dead, Half-Life, even Counter-Strike. That could be part of the reason we haven't gotten a whole lot of updates, Source 2, or even CSGO 2, if that makes any sense. Yes, sure, Valve's a company. They love to make money, just like any other. They want to treat their employees right, and when you're working on something you love and really enjoy, you're probably going to get a lot better of a product out of it, and that's what I think Valve sees here. So I'm starting to think, and I'm starting to wonder, did they leave due to a lack of progress in the anti-cheat? Because we know CSGO has been lacking in the development of the game, update-wise, skins-wise, everything this past year. There hasn't really been anything pushed out. I could be proven wrong in the next several minutes because it is Tuesday, and there probably is going to be some sort of update, but probably not. But you have to wonder, including myself, because the anti-cheat is absolutely horrendous. The VAC system is so old, it's so outdated, and there needs to be something new added to the game. Cheaters the past 2 or 3 years, it seems to be every 2 or 3 months, I have to make some sort of video talking about them because they're so bad. And even on Faceit, right? Third-party services and softwares you have to download, you still run into them, which is pretty horrendous. You shouldn't have to go download a third-party service like Faceit, for an example, to play a game like Counter-Strike. Valve, a multi-billion-dollar company owning the game, they should care about the game. They should at least add some sort of anti-cheat, and you should be able to play on the matchmaking system it has. Maybe they can implement something like Faceit into the game, where you don't have to launch a third-party service or software or log in somewhere. It's just all built into the game. Never makes sense to me. So overall, I'm assuming this guy left the company if he didn't want a lifestyle change, didn't want a career change, for an example, but mainly the cheaters and the anti-cheat, and there isn't probably enough people wanting to work on it with him or help him with it, or maybe there's not enough approval with things, because there's a lot of stuff like that behind the scenes that we don't know about. It's the same reason why a lot of games get canceled, and of course TV shows, things we just don't know happen behind the scenes. Let me know what you guys think. What does this tell you? I'm really interested to hear everyone else's opinion on this. I feel like there's just too many moving parts to think that this guy didn't leave because of the state of the game itself. If he was really passionate about it, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.